Well, here it is, Sonic the Hedgehog. This was the game that put the Genesis on the map. And here we go, let's start. Green Hill Zone. The most iconic level in Sonic history that's been remade countless times in countless games, including Sonic Adventure, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Jam. This theme has been remixed in various games. Sonic Advance 3, I believe. Now, Sonic the Hedgehog is a platforming game. Its main gimmick is speedy platforming. So you can run fast, yeah, that's the point of it. You run fast while platforming. That's what differentiates it from games like Mario. And we're already done the first act of the first stage. If you collect 50 rings and get to the end of the stage, you get into a special stage where you can try to collect one of the 6 Chaos Emeralds. I tried hard to get them all, but it's that damn third Chaos Emerald that always catches me in this game. And because the ending's not too different, if at all, I just decided I wasn't going to bother with it, so you at least get to see all the special stages. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. Next to Streets of Rage, this is my favorite game series of all time. The first game isn't exactly my favorite game, but I acknowledge it did a lot for the Genesis, and it did a lot for gaming in general. Compared to Sonic 2 and Sonic 3, which are much better games, but this one isn't horrible. Like, it's completely playable. I would much rather be playing one of the sequels, but this is fine with me. The game's really easy to pick up. You hold left or right to move, and you press one of the face buttons to jump. You collect rings, which are life insurance pretty much. As long as you have one ring, you won't die, unless you fall in the bottomless pit or get crushed, or drown. But I won't be drowning, or I don't think I drown. Regardless, we won't even talk about that until the 4th level. So that's Act 2 of Green Hill Zone done. Each zone has 3 acts to it. The first 2 are just acts where you get to the goal line, and the 3rd one has a boss battle. You can't get into the special stages on the 3rd act. So here we go, Special Stage 2. You saw those flashing goal blocks down there? Well, you don't want to touch those because that'll end the stage. It's completely misleading because it says goal. You have the R blocks, which change the way the stage rotates. Those pinwheel blocks, which you can jump off of. You have bumpers, which are the stars, and then you have these other blocks that say up or down, which increase the speed or decrease the speed at which the stage is rotating. I gotta get in there. Now, the first 2 special stages are really pretty easy. Actually, most of them are pretty easy. It's the 3rd one that I find is the hardest, just because it's so open. But I'll talk about that when I get to it. These diamonds, you just have to hit them a bunch of times. The color shows how many hits it takes. Blue is 4, green is 3, yellow 2, and pink is 1. But hey, we're done. That's 2 Chaos Emeralds I've got already. I'm off to a great start, but it really doesn't last that long. Anyway, back to the gameplay here. When you jump, you can jump on most enemies. If you hold down while moving, you can roll into them too. Now, in addition to rings, there are item boxes scattered around, and I've picked up all the different types at this point in the game. Right now, I am invincible, meaning that I can only be killed by drowning, being crushed, or falling into a bottomless pit. I also picked up a shield, which gives me another extra hit, although I lose it right here. There are also ring boxes, which give 10 rings, and super speed boxes, which increase your speed. Okay, so you have to roll to get through that wall there. Some walls are breakable, not many of them, but some of them. Most badniks, which are the bad robots in the game, you can just jump into and they'll be destroyed. Some of them you have to roll into, but it's not that hard. Alright, we're coming up to the boss here. Here we have Dr. Robotnik. This is the most iconic boss for him, the ball and chain. And this game, the boss fights aren't all that original. I don't know why I did that. But this is probably one of the more original ones. This one and the 5th zone boss. At the end of the 3rd act, you free all the animals and then you're done. I don't think the score does anything for this game, but maybe it gives extra lives. Alright, Marble Zone. Now in Green Hill, you were introduced to all the fast platforming that Sonic is known for. Marble Zone gets rid of all of that. It is slow, it is platform heavy, and it's not Sonic the Hedgehog to me. It's not a bad stage, it's just, I don't think it should have been the 2nd stage. This is something that probably should have appeared later in the game. We have these crushers here, like I was saying earlier, if you get crushed, it's an instant kill. We don't get introduced to bottomless pits until the next level, though. We have switches here and blocks you can push. You just walk into a block to push it, and you just step on a switch to... Okay, to press it. And, as you saw there, I kind of jumped, but I didn't spin. Normally when Sonic jumps, he spins, but this is the first game. It's a little buggy. Sometimes when you're pushing on a block, you'll jump straight up instead of with your spin, meaning that you are going to get damaged. The only way you can kill things is if you're invincible or if you're spinning. This part. I spent way too much time here. Way more than I really should have. I wasn't jumping right. I don't know why I was so off at this part, but... oh well. You notice there's a time limit under the score. You have 10 minutes to complete a stage. If you run out of time, you get a time over and have to restart from the beginning or your last checkpoint. I can't remember. But you lose a life regardless. You can see how many lives you have at the bottom of the screen. You start with 3, but you can get more by finding 1-up boxes or getting 100 rings. You can also get them in the special stages, but I forget what the criteria for that is. And unfortunately, since I lost my rings, I didn't have the 50 to get to the next special stage. I did pick up a bunch of bonus points, but I didn't get to the special stage in this act. I do get to it in the next one, though. That's one of my main gripes with Marble Zone. You have to be careful, and sure, it is a platformer. You have to be careful regardless, but it's supposed to be a speedy platformer. You shouldn't have to be too careful. And another slow section here where we have to ride this very slow moving block and jump over these platforms, which you can duck under in some cases. Watch out for the falling lava there. Now, those caterpillar badniks named Caterkiller, you can only hit them on the head. They have spikes on their backs, and if you hit them there, you get hit. You can roll into them, and that's probably the most effective if you're rolling from the front. This level probably put a lot of people off of Sonic. I mean, Green Hill Zone was so much fun, it was everything Sonic should have been, and then we get this slow level as the second one. It's just not what it should have been. One thing I do have to say about Sonic, no matter how good or bad the games have been, the games have always had awesome soundtracks. I cannot think of a single song on here that I do not like. And that's one thing I really like about Sonic 2, the music. It doesn't sound like a Sega Genesis game. Like, if you know what I mean, Sega Genesis games, they kind of have a grainy metal kind of sound to it. And that's very noticeable in games like Thunder Force or Shinobi. But Sonic, it doesn't sound like Sega Genesis. It sounds better, I guess you could say. Oh, no, I want to get in there. I want to get in there. Ah, crap. Gotta wait. Now here you can get a good 10,000 points if you hit all the blocks. Which I show off by doing this. Now stay there, because you have to hit that one. And see, 20,000 points. Ooh, watch out for that. And there's that invincibility box. The music changes to a variation of the main theme of the game. See, that's what happens when you hit the caterpillar guys from the top or the back. They kind of blow up, and then you have to watch out for the pieces flying around, because they can still hurt you. Nope, nothing up there. That's not going to crush me, so I can go up. I don't know if these actually do crush you or not. I can't remember if the spikes actually count as a block or not. Go on, get in the ring. There we go. Marble Zone Act 2 is done. We're almost through this stage. And we're into the third special stage. See how open it is? I mean, you can get very lost. Well, you can't really get lost because it's so open. It's just so hard to stay at the stupid Chaos Emerald. And of course, you have to always watch out for the goal rings. Or the goal, blocks. And I fall out of here again. Now, while I may not like this special stage, I find Sonic 1 as the most fair of the special stages. Sonic 2s are really hard, and Sonic 3 I find they're really easy. Although, I guess they were kind of hard when I was first getting into it. Maybe it's just because I played that one so much. Yes, Sonic 3 is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I should say, is my favorite Sonic game. But I do think, as a standalone, Sonic 2 is a much better game. That's not to say Sonic 1 is bad, though. I mean, because it's not. It was a great game, it's just the sequels made it so much better that I would rather play them. It's kind of like Super Mario Brothers. Super Mario 1 was a great game, but I would much rather be playing Super Mario 3 or Super Mario World. Just because they're so much better. They improved and added so much, and there I go. I hit the goal blocks, and I missed that Chaos Emerald, but you get 10 chances to get 6 Chaos Emeralds in the whole game. Because there's 6 stages, and you can't get the goal, and you can't get the giant rings to appear on the 6th stage. But you can in the first 2 acts on all the other 5 stages. As I said, I don't get all the Chaos Emeralds, I only get 5 of them. I keep missing the 3rd one. But you don't really get anything for getting them all in this game, just a slightly different ending, and I really mean it's only slightly different. I don't know how I got hit there. Sometimes you hit those caterpillars and you get hit. Now for this game, I really didn't, like I said, I didn't see the point for getting all the Chaos Emeralds, but for the next two, I will be getting them all, just because you get different things and endings. I don't really want to spoil anything, but at this point in time, everyone knows already. So yeah, I'll be getting Supersonic in Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. And Hypersonic in Sonic 3, just because it's 2 games in 1. Come on, come back out. Come on, there we go. Yeah, I should have rolled into him. Yeah, you have to watch out for spikes. Some of them pop in and out like that. Yeah, I'll wait for that to go back down. Now, if you jump through to the right here, you find a hidden wall, and there's one of those 1-up monitors I was talking about. You jump up to the right again, and you get another hidden wall. There's all kind of secret passageways like that in this game. I got really lucky there. But yeah, there's all kinds of secret passageways. I know most of the different routes in the first 2 stages, but after that it gets a little fuzzy. Probably because I've played Green Hill and Marble Zone a lot. And it's because of Marble Zone that I start to grow bored with the game and decide that I want to play something more fun. Ah, stupid fucking fireballs. That's a goal ring. That saves your progress if you die, so you'll respawn there instead of at the beginning of the stage. So here's Eggman again, or Robotnik. Well, he's called Eggman now, and he was originally always called Eggman in the Japanese version of the game, but here he just spits fire on you, and you have to jump over. It's really simple. None of the boss fights are really exceptionally hard in this game. But there, we are finished with Marble Zone. Meaning that when we next meet, I will be in the Spring Yard Zone. And until then, I'll see ya.